So every year, MLB The Show gets a lot of new people added into the franchise. A lot of new players get the game for the first time in the franchise's history. There are also a lot of returning players and a lot of veterans and all that type of stuff. And, you know, it could be a little overwhelming at times. But one of the biggest things about MLB The Show is the universal currency that is used, which is called Stubs. If you don't know, you play the game, and through the game you'll earn Stubs. And with those Stubs, you can buy players for your Diamond Dynasty team. You can buy equipment for your Road to the Show player, you can buy souvenirs, you can buy stadiums, pretty much everything you need to buy in MLB The Show will come from Stubs. So naturally, a lot of people are going to want to know, how do I get the most Stubs? What's the easiest way to do it? What's the fastest way to do it? So in this video, guys, I'm going to show you the best ways to make Stubs in MLB The Show so you can buy all the players that you want. So the first tip I'm going to give you guys is called flipping cards. Now, this involves going to the community market. If you're unaware of how to get to the community market, you can do it from the home screen, but you can also go to Diamond Dynasty, go all the way over to the right where it says shop, and boom, you can see the community market. And if you click on MLB cards or equipment or whatever, this is where you go to see every card that people are putting up or selling. This entire market is driven directly by the community. The community makes these prices. The developers do not have any say on how much a card goes for. All of these prices are made by the community, so the community determines these guys' value. So for example, let's say you're interested in a player. We'll just take Mike Trout, for example. This is probably going to be a very hard card to buy for you guys, but if you click X and you go to buy and sell options, you can see that there are two different columns. One of them is the buy and one of them is the sell. So you can see the cheapest buy price for Mike Trout is 425,000 Stubs. That means that somebody has Mike Trout in their inventory and they want to sell him, so they put him up on the market for 425,000 Stubs. Over in the sell tab, you have people that are interested in buying the Mike Trout, but they don't necessarily want to spend the 425,000 Stubs. So they kind of try to bargain and be like, all right, I'll give you 330K for Mike Trout. Now, one of the most tried and true ways to make Stubs in this game is to look at the market and look at the gaps. So let's say, just for sake of argument, that you put up a buy order for Mike Trout for 340,000 Stubs. Let's say you have it, just for sake of argument, you put up a buy order for 340,000 Stubs. And let's say somebody decides to sell you Mike Trout for 340,000 Stubs. So the transaction is made and now you are short 340,000 Stubs. Well, what you can do, if you want to, you can now put Mike Trout back up on the market for a buy now price of 425,000 Stubs. And let's say somebody actually buys your Mike Trout for that 425,000. That means that you made a profit of about 85,000 Stubs. The difference between the 425 that you sold him for and the 340 that you bought him for, that difference is your profit. That is what we call flipping cards. And it doesn't just have to be with these high diamonds. It actually works really well when you look at lower tiered guys. I'll go ahead and find an example for you. So here is an example that is really good, actually. Actually, the one right underneath is even better. Jonathan Villar. If I want to, I can go right now and I can buy him for 690 Stubs. But if I do put in a buy order, I can actually just get him for 76 Stubs. So if somebody doesn't want to wait for somebody to come in and buy and they just want to get rid of him right away, they will sell Jonathan Villar for 75 Stubs. And then if I get him, I could just literally go back and sell him for almost 700, and I've made almost 10 times the profit. So when you're doing this, you want to look for the cards that have the biggest gap. Like this one, Jonathan Villar, 690 buy now, 75 sell now. That is an insane gap right there, guys. So don't expect to see too many like that, but it's day one. Everybody's buying and selling, everybody's messing around. So, but that one is very, very big. So all you got to do is look for those gaps, buy low, sell high. That's literally all it is. You're just flipping cards on the market. Unless you're flipping the high tier diamonds, you're probably not going to make too many Stubs like from each individual transaction. But if you keep grinding that at that and you keep working hard and you just keep consistently coming back to the market, studying marketplace trends, understanding when guys sell for what, whatever, just really understand the market, you can make so many stubs. It's a joke, honestly. It's insane. All right, method number 2 for making stubs in MLB The Show is to get rewards in Battle Royale or even events. So if you just click on Battle Royale, it'll take you to this screen, Battle Royale Flawless Rewards. Earn one of these by going 12-0. Now that's no easy task. Going 12-0 in Battle Royale is something that's very difficult to do. But what Battle Royale does is it gives you rewards in increments. So if you win 3 games in a BR run, you get a silver card, I think. No, I'm sorry, it's a bronze. If you win 3 games, you get a bronze. If you win 6 games, you get a silver. If you win 9 games, you get a gold. And if you win 12 games, you get a diamond. If you go 12-0, you get one of these flawless rewards. So you can go 12-1 and still get a diamond. You could actually be surprised with some of the rewards that pop up because they're not always just live series players when you're going through Battle Royale. You can earn really good flashback cards that go for more than a lot of live series guys, particularly because either they're a flashback or they're from a certain set or whatever. You can really earn a lot of stubs just by getting at least those 9 game rewards. You don't even have to get to the 12 to get really good rewards. Sometimes when you're playing a BR run, you may get screwed and you may get a low rated gold that doesn't go for that much, but that's just the luck of the draw. But there are times when you could get really good flashback cards that go for a lot on the market. You could go sell them and boom, you've earned yourself 10,000 stubs possibly. With this method, you do actually have to play the game and you actually have to be decent at it to win, so take that one however you want it. Method number 3 actually does involve the community market as well, but this one you're gonna have to connect it more to real life baseball. So if you're unaware, MLB The Show does upgrades throughout the season to their Diamond Dynasty cards to reflect what's actually happening in the MLB. For example, last year Aaron Judge started as a common player, and he finished at an 88 overall gold by the end of the season because he played well in real life. That affected his Diamond Dynasty card. His Diamond Dynasty card went up with him, went from common to bronze to silver all the way up to gold, so his price over the year did go up. So with this method, what you want to do is you want to invest. Pay attention to who's doing really well during the season, pay attention to who's having really good streaks and who you think might actually get an upgrade. So let's say Yoenis Cespedes starts off the season and he's just killing it. He's hitting bombs, he hits 14 home runs in the month of April, he drives in 30 runs, like, just crazy numbers. Let's say he starts off really well and then continues that into May. What you might want to do is you might want to buy yourself a couple Yoenis Cespedes while he's still a gold, so that way when he actually does become a diamond, you can sell him for more than what you bought him for. Going back to the flipping cards, you made a profit. Let's say Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge are slumping, so Gary Sanchez is actually hitting really well behind them. He's actually seeing the ball well. He's getting a lot of attention. He's getting a lot of numbers going his way. He might get upgraded. There's a chance he might go to a diamond. So you might want to invest in buying some Gary Sanchez's so that way when he goes diamond, you can sell him for more than what you bought him for. But you might be asking yourself, but Yoenis Cespedes, to buy him, it's already 11,000 stubs, and that's already a big investment in itself. You don't just have to do this with guys going gold to diamond. The best way to do it, in my opinion, is guys going silver to gold. Same argument as before. Let's say Garrett Richards, who's a 79 overall silver, you can buy him for 1,800 stubs right now. Let's say he comes out of the gates in the season and he is just amazing. He's lights out, 5-0, 0.5 ERA with 40 strikeouts. Like, he's just killing it, You might want to invest in some Garrett Richards. You might want to buy yourself a handful of Garrett Richards so that if he does end up becoming gold, he might be like Yoenis Cespedes where he goes for 11,000 stubs. And right now you can buy him for 1,800. So basically you want to study what's going on in the real MLB. You want to understand who is doing good at what time, and you want to kind of predict who is going to get upgraded. And then if you invest and you buy a ton, you can make a lot of stubs. Like, I know a lot of people who bought, like, I think it was 1,000 of Ken Giles last year when he was a silver. It might have been Ken Giles. I don't remember who exactly it was. It might have been Davinsky, actually. Somebody bought 1,000 Chris Davinskys on the market for when he was a silver. He got upgraded to gold. They were able to quick sell, each and every Chris Davinsky, and they got like 100,000 stubs. You can make a lot of stubs doing this, guys, if you just pay attention to who's doing good in the real MLB. So invest. I'm gonna try it a lot this year. Invest, invest, invest. Alright, the fourth method to making stubs in this game is by doing missions or programs. So if you go to a program, you can go to really anyone. Let's say you go to the Jared Saltalamacchia program. I don't know. You just click on it. You can see that if you do this, you earn 50 stubs. Or you have these missions. I'm sorry. You have these missions. You got to complete these missions. And as you go through this program, you will unlock stuff throughout. And then by the end of it, you can get 100 stubs. Here you can get 50. Here you can get 50. The harder the program, the more stubs you're probably gonna get. So let's say the Babe Ruth program, go over here. Once you're at 15% in the Babe Ruth program, you get yourself 1,000 stubs. Once you're at 80%, you get yourself 3,000 stubs. So there's a lot of stubs just sitting here in missions. You just got to put in the work to grind for it. This is, you know, this won't get you that many stubs until you actually get to the highest overall thing. Like if you get to finish this Babe Ruth program, you're getting yourself 5,000 stubs. So, you know, just work at missions, do a bunch of them, and stubs will eventually add up. So the next method I have for you guys is selling your duplicates. So every now and then what you should do is you should go to your inventory, especially if you're like opening up packs and you're getting a lot of players and stuff. Go to your inventory, go to your My Player collection, scroll down, and let's go to a random team. Let's go to the Marlins. All right, let's see what I have on the Marlins. None of it. It's day one, so I don't have a lot of cards yet. But let's see. Right here, I'm on the Nationals. I have 2 Ryan Rayburns, okay? I don't need 2 Ryan Rayburns. I only need 1 to finish the collection of him on the team, so I can actually go in the market and I can sell him right now for 235 stubs if I want to. I can put him up for 234, make myself some 200 stubs right there. Quick sell, or sell your duplicates, quick sell your duplicates if you have a ton of them. I made like, there was one point in MLB 17 where I quick sold my entire inventory of duplicates and I made like 250k or something like that. It was obnoxious, but if you add them up over time, you can make a lot of stubs. But you really, there's no need for having more than 1 player in your inventory. Like you don't need 2 Bryce Harpers, you don't need you know, 2 Matt Graces. Like there's no point in having 2. So just sell all your duplicates, you can earn yourself some stubs and you didn't have to do anything. All right, and the last like legit method I have for you guys to earning stubs in MLB The Show is really to just play the game. Now I know that sounds basic, but you get rewarded with stubs after every game. I don't know the exact amount for which game mode, but you can get stubs just by playing Road to the Show. You can get stubs by playing Franchise, by Diamond Dynasty. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get stubs just by simply playing the game and finishing games. It won't be a very good amount, but you know, every now and then you'll look up at your stub count and be like, oh, that's more than I remember myself having. It's just because you were playing and you were finishing games, and it just rewards you over time. So it gives you stubs all the time. It just gives them to you in very small amounts. So out of these 5 methods that I just named, the 2 that I think you're going to have the absolute most success with is flipping cards and investing. Those are the 2 most like tried and true ways in MLB The Show to actually earning stubs without spending money. Now, I didn't want to put this in one of my methods to making stubs, but one way to make stubs is to spend money. You can go and buy stubs. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad idea. I'm just laying it different on that front, but you can do it. The option for you is there. So if you want to spend a little bit of money and want to get yourself some extra stubs to make it faster on buying players, you can do it. The option is there. So hopefully these tips work for you guys, and hopefully you get yourself some easy stubs in the future here. Let me know if this works. Go try out some of these theories. Come back in a few weeks if you've found yourself making more stubs. Let me know if it's working for you. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Drop a thumbs up on it if you did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the new MLB The Show 18 stuff. That's all I have for you right here. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.